Kathy's place. Crafts and diamonds with a smiling face. From New York roots to Texas skies, she's got her kitties and crafts that shine. Halls and delights, reviews so true. She's sharing her world with you. Cathy's diamonds, delights and homes. Family crafts, she's got it all. Click that bell, come join the fun. Cathy's channel has just begun.
Good morning, my sparkle friends, and welcome back to Cathy's Diamond Delights and Hauls. Today's another WIP Chat. It's my second one, so let's get started. Right now, I'm still working on the Nativity Scene from Hobby Lobby for my neighbor. I'm still doing the color blue, the dark blue color over here, because there's a lot of this letter H in it. So I'm going to kind of get that done first. I'm a single placer, so it takes me a little while. I don't know how. I'm just starting to learn how to multi-place. I'm not very good at it. Do y'all single place or do y'all multi-place? Let me know in the comments. And I haven't really been doing a whole lot of diamond painting this last week because I'm having a lot of problems right now with my right shoulder hurting. You know, I have scoliosis, and I finally went to the doctor after it hurting for about a week, and I've been trying heating pad, and I've been trying icy hot on it, and nothing's helping it. So I finally went to the doctor yesterday, and she said, well, they took x-rays, and they don't see nothing wrong with my shoulder, but she said, I really think it has to do with your scoliosis, that, you know, since you're getting older, you know, I'm 53 now, she said, your spine is going to press against your muscles a lot, and it's going to make your muscles like have spasms in it, or even strain your muscle. And she says that could be she thinks that's what's going on. So she gave me a muscle relaxer shot, and then she sent me home with a prescription for muscle relaxers to see if that will relax the muscle. And so far, I'm not seeing a difference yet, but I've only been on the medicine one day, so maybe it'll take a couple of days. I don't know. And then she told me about getting some kind of machine called a TENS unit stimulator. It's supposed to be a muscle stimulator or something, and it's supposed to, I guess, help loosen up your muscle. I don't know. I really don't know what it's supposed to do, but she said it should help me because it's good for scoliosis patients. So I'm thinking of getting it. Let me know if any of y'all tried it or had one, or know anything about it. I would love to know about it in the comments. If y'all ever used a TENS unit muscle stimulator, and I'd like to know how it worked for y'all, if anybody used it. So we went to my nephew's 40th birthday party this past Sunday, and he was really surprised. He said he didn't expect it. He said his wife did a good job in keeping it hush hush. He said even though he saw all of us there, because we're from Texas, my mother-in-law was there and we were there. He thought that we were just there for coming down for a Labor Day barbecue. He didn't put two and two together. We were actually there for his birthday. At least that's what he says, but I still think he knew. I think he's telling us that he was surprised, but I really think he already knew. But anyway, they had a blow up walker for him that said, over the hill, you're gonna need this. This is your ride or die, or something like that. I think it said, over the hill, your ride or die, and it was kind of funny. And then they had a piñata, and they filled it up with Tums and arthritis medicine, and what else? All kinds of stuff. We were laughing. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, she did a good job decorating it. She had all kinds of signs about being over the hill, and it was pretty funny. But the best part was when she filled that pinata up with all this stuff like arthritis medicine and Tylenol and just all kinds of stuff. We were laughing. It was pretty funny. But he had a good time, and we enjoyed our little visit. We only stayed. I mean, it took us 2 hours to get there, and we stayed there maybe 3 hours because it was late. Because the party didn't start until like 7:30, and by the time we got home, it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, so we didn't stay too long, but we still had a good time visiting with family. And I like going to Arkansas. It's a pretty state to go see. So that's kind of what we did. And yesterday, my husband had his 4-day weekend, and he drove me crazy on weekend, constantly in and out of the house, and tracking in dirt, in and out. And I had to constantly clean up after him, because when he's home, he don't clean up after himself. He's a pain. And when he's home, it's more work for me, because he never likes to clean up after himself. So yesterday he took me to go get a haircut, and then he also took me to the doctor. And that's about all we did yesterday. And today he's back at work, and I decided I'm going to try to record a video or two if I can, depending on how my arm is doing, because my arm is kind of really hurting. But I'm trying to bear with it. I got to deal with this, I guess. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about a little story. I wanted to first show you this cup. Let's see if I can get it in here. This is my favorite cup to drink out of, this Elvis cup. And the reason it's special to me is because my mom, she passed away when I was 25 years old. And, I'm 53 now, so she's been gone a good part of my life. And she was always a big, huge Elvis fan. And her dream was always to go see Graceland one day, but obviously she never got to because she passed away. So last year, on June 16th, my husband decided he was going to take me, since my birthday is on June 21st, he decided he was going to take me and surprise me and take me to Graceland. And he did. We went on June 16th, 5 days before my birthday, and I got to go see Graceland, and we did the VIP tour where I got to hold something of Elvis's. I got to hold one of his black capes that he wore, which was pretty cool. I got a picture of me holding his black cape, and that was pretty neat. And we took it, then we took the VIP pictures and all that kind of stuff. But the best part was when my tour guide asked our group, is it anybody's birthday today? And nobody was answering, nobody said anything. So I said, well, my birthday's in 5 days from now, which is on June 21st. And she says, really? So she said, well, would you like to be the first one to open the doors? Would you like me to hand you the keys to Graceland and you be the first one to open the doors and walk in and have a few moments to yourself to take it all in? And I was like, sure. Of course I'm not going to say no. So I got to open the doors to Graceland and walk in, and it was pretty cool to, you had the security guards on both sides, of course. But I walked in, and as soon as you walk in the door, you see that beautiful chandelier that Elvis had hanging from his foyer. And then you see the beautiful staircase. And it was just beautiful just to take it all in, and me being the only one in there except for the security guards. So I enjoyed it. But what made me kind of mad was, of all the pictures my husband took that day of me, enjoying Elvis, because, he's not really an Elvis fan. He just did this because he knew I always wanted to do this for my mother, and go see Graceland for her. So he was not an Elvis fan, but anyway, he was taking all kinds of pictures, and the one picture he didn't take was the one of me opening the doors to Graceland. I was like, of all the pictures that you take, that's the one picture you don't take. I said, that's the picture I would have loved to have of me standing there opening the doors to Graceland. But no, I really enjoyed it. We had a good time, and it was a real good surprise, and I feel like I got to live out my mama's dream. I got to see Graceland for her. and it was really nice. Sorry about that, guys. I had to stop the video for a minute because somebody was knocking at the door. So let's get back to this WIP Chat. Well, this weekend, my son, who's 21, I have twins that are 21 years old. One's got blonde hair, the other one has brown hair. They don't look nothing alike. One looks like me, the other one looks like their daddy. And they're going on a camping trip with their cousins. They're going to meet their cousins in Arkansas. Their cousins live in Mineral Springs, Arkansas. And I'm not exactly sure the campsite that they're going to, but they're going to be going to a campsite that's not too far from Mineral Springs. And they're going to be camping for the weekend. My son and his twin brother is going to meet up with their cousins. And they're all going to have a little camp out. They're going to be gone. They're going to leave Friday and come back Sunday. So me and hubby can have the house to ourselves. We won't have, my son won't be here this weekend. He'll be with his cousins. So that's going to be nice. A little time to ourselves. I'll probably do some diamond painting, and my husband will probably tinker with stuff outside because he likes to be outside a lot. And let's see. Later in the month, my husband's going kayaking with his daughter. I don't like doing stuff like that, so him and his daughter and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law are gonna all go to Lake of the Pines, and they're going to be kayaking for the day. And then in October, my husband's going to go on a little camping trip with his two brothers, their wives, and their wives. And I'm not going to go because they're going to be doing camping in a tent. And with my back problems that I have, camping in a tent just ain't for me. And sleeping on the cot, it bothers my back too much, so I really can't do it. Plus, I'm a city girl from New York, and I don't know nothing about camping anyway. So that's just not my thing. So he's gonna go spend a little time with his family, camping for a whole week. So I'll get rid of the hubby for the week, but I'll still have my son here, my 21-year-old son. And then in November, my husband's gonna take me to Branson, Missouri for our little trip. We're gonna go to Branson, Missouri for a couple of days. I like going to see the shows they have there. We usually like to see the show called The Presleys. They put on a really good show. The Presleys, I think it's called The Presleys Jamboree. And we usually like to go watch them. And then we'll probably go watch a magic show or whatever kind of other show they have. Usually like to go see magic shows. They're kind of cool. So we're going to do that in November. I think we're going to go the weekend of Thanksgiving. We're going to go there for a couple of days, so that's what we'll be doing. Y'all got any plans for the next couple of months? Anybody going away or doing anything with their families? Or I know school's back in session. You know, out here, school started last week for the kiddos. And I'm so glad I'm out of that stage of buying school supplies, because I remember how that was. I used to have to buy double since I had twins. I'm so glad I don't have to do that no more. That was not no fun. Having to take them to school supplies and then school clothes. Everything was double for me. Double cost. But now the kids out here started school last week. So it's been nice and peaceful. We really don't have too many kids around here because we live out in the country, and there's not really that many kids around here. We have a few teenagers, but no little kids that hang around. And we only got like maybe 2 or 3 neighbors that live nearby. It's a pretty quiet community out here. But that's about all. I know here in a couple of weeks I'm looking forward to my shows coming back on. I like to watch Tulsa King and Tracker. And then I think in October maybe, or November, I think Fire Country comes back on. Those are one of my favorites. Those are my favorite shows I like to watch. Do any of you watch those shows? Well, I think I'm going to end this whipping chat for now because my arm is really hurt. It's starting to hurt, and I really need to go get it under the heating pad and rest it for a little bit. But I really thank y'all for coming to hear me do this whipping chat. I'm sorry I'm stuttering a little bit today, but I think it's this. You know, I had to take that muscle relaxer this morning because I was in a lot of pain. So I think that's got me a little hyped up. So I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little funny when I talk a little bit today. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me and supporting my channel and coming to my channel and watching me. I really appreciate it. If y'all want to see more whipping chats and more hauls, then just hit the like buttons, comment, and subscribe. I would love for y'all to come back. Y'all have a good day, and thank you again.